press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, how are you all? I hope you're all fine. Okay, so in the previous class we learned, we solved some exercise problems and we left with one problem, that is the 10th problem. I read the question, listen to me. A water tank has steps inside it. A monkey is sitting on the topmost step. The water level is at the 9th step. And the first question they are asking is, he jumps 3 steps down and then jumps back 2 steps up. In how many jumps will he reach the water level? Okay, one monkey is there, it wants to drink some water and it's at the first step of the tank and the water level is at the 9th step. And what it do is, he jumps 3 steps down. First, he jumps three steps down and then again it jumps back 2 steps up. Okay, and like this, doing like this, going 3 steps down and coming up at 2 steps up, it goes to the water level. And we have to find in how many jumps it reaches to the water level. Okay, where is the monkey? Where is the monkey? It's at the first step of the tank. Okay, so consider here, this is the first step and so jumping down, this is the first step. So jumping down we can consider like this. So from 1, 2, 3, it goes 3 steps down. So this is the second one, third one and fourth. It reaches, when it jumps, it takes one jump. It goes to the 4th step and again it comes back to the 2 steps up. Then it comes to 2nd step. So here it takes 2 jumps. Okay, and where it is now, it's at the 2nd step. Again it goes 3 steps, so like this, and consider here, it's at the 2nd step and 3, 4, 5, it goes to the 5th step. When it comes back, it comes to the 3rd step. Here it takes 2 jumps. Okay, then 3rd step, it goes 4, 5 and 6th step, come back to the 4th step, takes 2 jumps, 3 to 6 and 6 to 4. Here 2 to 5, 5 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 4. Now it is at 4th step. Okay, then again consider through 3 steps here, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7 and it comes to the 5th step. For the 2nd jump it comes to the 5th jump. Here it takes 2 jumps. Okay, where it is, it's at 5th step. Okay, 6, 7, 8 to 6. Here also it takes 2 jumps. Now it's at 6th step. Consider 7, 8, 9. So doing like this, it goes to the 9th step to drink water. Comes to 7. Here it takes 2 jumps. Now it is at 7th step. Okay, then 8, 9, 10. I missed something here. 2, 3, 4, 2. 3, 4, 5, 3. 3. Okay, sorry. we can stop here. We can stop here. It's going to the 9th step, then we can stop here. It takes only one jump here. Okay. Here it takes 2 jumps, 2 jumps, 2 jumps, 2 plus 2 plus 1. So how many jumps it takes to go for the 9th step? We can add like this. We can add like this. 2 jumps plus 2 jumps plus 2 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 5 plus 1 jump. So how many jumps it takes? 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, 10 plus 1. So 11 jumps. It takes 11 jumps to go to the 9th step to drink water. So this is the answer for, no need to do all this, but to get the jumps, the number of jumps, we should do this, or we can plan for this. And this is the answer for first one. And shall we move to second one? Okay. The second question is, after drinking water, he wants to go back. For this, he jumps 4 steps up and then jumps back 2 steps down in every move. In how many jumps will he reach back the top step? Okay. So this is the second one, and what they have given is, what it does, he jumps 4 steps up. After finishing drinking of water, it comes up. For the first jump, he comes up 4 steps, okay. So consider where he is. He is at the 9th step, okay. Then, so going to the upwards, we consider like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's at 9th, then it comes to the 8th, 7, 6 and 5, okay. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and comes down again 2 steps. Then it comes to the 7th step. Okay, it's now at the 7th step. Here from 7th step it goes to the, it goes 6, 5, 4, 3 and again it comes to 5th step. Now here it takes 2 jumps, here it takes 2 jumps. Now it's at the 5th step, okay. Again consider from here, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1, okay. So it reached the first step. So it takes 1 jump to reach the first step, okay. So here it takes how many jumps? It takes 5 jumps. So first 2 jumps plus 2 jumps plus 1 jump, that is equal to 5 jumps. It takes 5 jumps, okay, to reach the to reach back the top step, okay. Then the third one is, if the number of steps moved down is represented by negative integer and the number of steps moved up by positive integers, represent his moves in part 1 and part 2 by completing the following. Okay. In A, the sum -8 represents going down by 8 steps. So what will the sum 8 in B represent? Okay. In part 1 and part 2, we have to consider the monkey, what it jumps in the first part, it takes 3 steps down, it goes 3 steps down, it is considered as the negative integer. Here we should consider it as negative integer. When it comes up, we should it should be taken with the positive integer, okay. So answer for the third one. Answer for the third one. For A, consider here when it goes, it is considered as minus 3. It goes minus 3 steps down, it's minus 3, and comes up, it's considered by plus 2. So like this for all the jumps we have to consider like this, minus 3 plus 2. Here it's minus 3 plus 2. Here it's minus 3 plus 2, and here it's minus 3 plus 2, and here it's only minus 3. It only minus 3. So add the integers, negative separately and positive integers separately. So minus 3 one time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 3s are 18. It's minus 18. So plus 2, it's plus 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 2s are 10. It's 10. So answer is minus 18 plus 10 is, the sum of these numbers is minus 18 plus 10 is minus 8. What it mean? It means that when it goes 8 steps down, for the 9th step, it wants to go 8 steps down. So it indicates it goes or it went 8 steps down, minus 8. Here in part A, minus 8 represents the monkey went 8 steps down to reach the 9th step from the first step. Okay, and in part B, so I write here, for part B, we should consider part B is there, and we should consider going up with the positive integer, coming down, jumping down with the negative integer. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So plus 4 minus 2. Plus 4 minus 2, and for the third jump it takes plus 4. Add the positive integers and negative integers. 1, 2, 3, it's 3 times plus 4 3s are 12, plus 12. So minus 2 plus 2 is minus 2 plus minus 2 is, it's minus 4. So subtract here, 12 minus 4 is 8. Plus 8. What it indicates or what it represents? It represents the monkey goes or monkey went 8 steps upwards to reach the first step. Okay, so let's move to the properties of integers. Here we have 4 properties. In that, first property is closure property. Here we have to take the integers only for the to check the property. Properties of addition and subtraction of integers. Okay, the first one is closure under addition. Okay, so closure property here, for any two integers we consider any two integers here and we take the sum of those two integers. Okay, The condition for the closure property is for any two integers a and b, they belongs to z. So z is, it represents integers, okay. So a and b belongs to z, then a plus b, when we add these two integers, okay, we get one sum here, that's c, that should be belongs to z, that should also belongs to z. Then we tell that a and b, a plus b is equal to c belongs to z is considered as R, its closure under addition. It satisfies, if it satisfies the given condition, then we can say that its closure under addition. Okay, let's take an example. Let a is equal to -5, b is equal to 8. -5 and 8 are integers, okay. So what the condition is a plus b, that is equal to a is -5 plus 8, so that is equal to -5 plus 8 is plus 3, it belongs to z, it belongs to z, okay. So plus 3 is present in, and it's an integer and it belongs to z, then it satisfies the given condition, a plus b is equal to c belongs to z, okay. Then we can say that integers are closed under addition. Integers are closed under addition, okay. So let's check it for subtraction. Let's check it for subtraction. If a and b belongs to z, a minus b is equal to c also belongs to, that should also belongs to z, okay. Let's take 5, a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 8, okay. The condition is a minus b, that is equal to a is -5 minus of plus 8, that is equal to -5, minus into plus is minus 8. Here we get two negative integers, then we can add both of them. 5 plus, neglecting the negative integer, we add the numbers first. 5 plus 8 is 13, it's minus 13, it also belongs to z, okay. Then here it satisfies the condition, then we can say that integers are closed under subtraction, okay. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ನು ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆದರೆ ಆಗ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕ್ಲೋಜರ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿನ ಅದು ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ a ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಸಿ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. a ಮತ್ತು ಬಿ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಎರಡು ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಅದು ನಾವು ಅದರದ್ದು ಎಡಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಬರೋ ಸಮ್ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮೈನಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, a ಮೈನಸ್ ಬಿ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ a ಮೈನಸ್ ಬಿ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದರದ್ದು ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಆಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹೇಳಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಈ ತರಹ ಬರಿತೀವಿ, ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಅಡಿಷನ್, ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ So then the property can be written as like this. For any two integers, I write here, for any two integers a comma b belongs to a comma b, then a plus b is equal to c belongs to z is said to be closure property. So this is for, you can get this for MCQ. For any two integers a comma b, then a plus, this is the condition, a plus b is equal to c also belongs to z is said to be closure property. Okay, let's move to the second one, that is commutative property. Commutative property. Here also we have one condition. Here we take any two integers and we add both of them. Okay, for any two integers we can take any two integers to add. Okay, we are going to add those two numbers. Okay, let's consider a comma b belongs to z, a plus b is equal to b plus a. So this is the condition. If it satisfies the given condition, then we can say that they are commutative under addition. Okay, let a is equal to minus 7, b is equal to 3. Here the condition is a plus b is equal to b plus a. Okay, so ನಾವು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಹೇಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಎಗೆ ಬಿನ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಬಿಗೆ ಎನ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಗಾದರೂ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆಸ್ LHS, ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೈಡ್, that is equal to a plus b. What is a here? It's minus 7 plus b is 3. Okay, minus 7 plus 3 is, it's minus 4. It belongs to z. Okay, then the RHS is b plus a. This is the condition, and b is 3 plus of minus 7. A is minus 7. 3 minus 7, that is equal to 3 minus 7 means the difference is minus 4. Here also it belongs to z, and by comparing LHS and RHS, what we can say? We can say that here minus 4 is equal to minus 4. We got both as minus 4. Okay, minus 4 is equal to minus 4. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. LHS is equal to RHS. Then we can say that addition is commutative under addition is commutative under for integers, okay. So this is for addition. For addition, it satisfies the given condition. So let's check for the let's check for the subtraction. Here we take a minus b and b minus a. We subtract b from a and a from b. If we get LHS and RHS are equal, then we can say it satisfies the given condition. Okay. So shall we take those two numbers? Those two numbers, a is equal to minus 7 and b is, if for subtraction a comma b belongs to z, then the condition is a minus b is equal to b minus a. Okay, let's take a as 7, minus 7 and b. A is equal to minus 7 and b is equal to 3. So a minus b is equal to, here LHS is a minus b is equal to b minus a. LHS is equal to a minus b, that is equal to a is minus 7 and minus of plus 3, that is equal to minus 7, minus into plus is minus 3, so that is equal to minus 10. Both are negative integers, then the answer is minus 10. The sum of those two numbers, integers, is minus 10. Take RHS. What is RHS here? It's b minus a. What is b here? It is 3 minus of minus 7. We are subtracting here. The operation is subtraction. 3 minus of minus 7 is equal to 3 minus into minus is plus 7. So that is equal to 10. It's plus 10. Plus 10. Then compare the sums of the taken numbers. First we got, for the LHS we got minus 10. For RHS we got plus 10. So both are they equal? No, they are not equal. Here minus 10, that is LHS, is not equal to plus 10. Therefore LHS is not equal to RHS. Then the given condition, a minus b is not equal to b minus a. Then what can we write? We can write subtraction is not commutative for integers. Subtraction is, here we can write like this. Subtraction is not commutative for integers. So note down this. Okay. Let's take associative property. Let's check the associative property. Okay. So third one is associative property. I think you learnt in previous class, that's in 6, about these properties. The third one is, that is the third one, associative property. Okay, here we can say that for any 3 integers, we take any 3 integers and we add those 3 integers and get the answer. So the condition is, for any 3 integers, for any 3 integers, a comma b comma c C. Condition is A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C is called associative property. Okay, so let's take some examples. Let's take example. A is equal to 7, B is equal to -5, C is equal to 2. So here we should take both the type of integers, that is a positive integer and negative integer. We should consider two types of integers. Okay, so what is the condition they have given? A plus B plus C, that's equal to A plus B plus C. Here we have to add B and C first, and the sum should be added to A. And here we are going to add A plus B first, then the sum is added to C. Okay, LHS, so that is equal to A plus B plus C, that is equal to 7 plus of, it's -5 plus 2. 7 plus, so keeping 7 as it is, we are going to add -5 plus 2. -5 plus 2 is -3. -3. 7 plus into minus is -3. Again we get 4 here. So it's plus 4. Okay. Then for RHS, that is equal to A plus B plus C, that is A is 7 plus 5 is -5, put -5 in bracket, okay, plus C is 2. 7, here add 7 and -5, okay, 7 plus into minus is -5 plus 2, it's equal to 7 minus 5 is 2 plus 2, okay, 2 plus 2 we get 4. Okay, what's about LHS and RHS? They are equal here. We can say that here 4 is equal to 4, therefore LHS is equal to RHS. Then what we can conclude from this? We can conclude that addition is associative for integers. Okay.